Hi, I'm Beth.
Hi, my name is Ruby, and we're going to be explaining our reactions to the Nasrima article and how it portrays the American culture in a different way that we might have pictured it.
So, my reaction to the Nasrima article is I find it very interesting and intriguing. The anthropologist or the author of this article talks about different rituals, but they're actually just day-to-day tasks that come to find out us Americans do. So he talks about things like brushing our teeth and going to the bathroom and where we keep our medicine, but he uses words like witches to describe doctors and chests to describe our medicine cabinets and shrines to describe our bathroom. He uses those words, so when you're reading the article through, you don't necessarily think that it's the Americans that he's talking about. Once you find out that he's talking about the American culture, it becomes very intriguing to look at the word choice that he does use to explain what we see as our day-to-day life and day-to-day tasks that we do.
So similar to Beth, I was also very shocked with the answer that Nasrima was the American culture, because the way he described, for example, dentists and like the medical care. He described dentists as holy mouthmen, therapists as witch doctors, doctors as medicine men, medicine cabinets described as chests or charm boxes. It was very interesting to find out that it was the Americans, because we see it as a lifestyle, never really picturing what others from the outside observe us as. So he also described appearance in a really big thing, and it was shocking the way he described it, because we see it as just a normal thing all around us, but we never really pictured about how somebody other than the American culture could view the way we live our lifestyle.
So the author really helped me learn that using different words to explain things can really affect how we take words. So when communicating with people, you need to be very effective with how you explain different tasks and different things that you do in order to get your point across. You know, if you're telling people how to brush your teeth, or how to do your makeup, or how to do your hair, and you're using different words, then you're using words and describing them in a way that others could take it in a different perspective. That really affects how the words you use basically really affects how people can take it.
So
the next part we're going to talk about is we had to choose an event that we think an outsider looking in on a cultural event would think is very strange. So Ruby and I decided to do Thanksgiving because there's a lot of history behind it, and a lot of cultures actually don't celebrate it, or celebrate it on different days and different and do different things to celebrate. So for others looking in on the culture, on the Thanksgiving, it might look weird for them.
So Thanksgiving over the past decades has changed. In the article, History of Thanksgiving in the United States by the authors Plegg Elizabeth, describes how the history of Thanksgiving began with the Pilgrims, how they held a feast for themselves, but nonetheless now it's more a regional day, both secular and religious. So you can see the way that different religions and secular celebrate Thanksgiving. For example, the Christian worldview, or Christianity, celebrates Thanksgiving in the morning with the service, and then it's followed by a large meal within the church. Or they also try to do a community-based feast for everybody who's less fortunate. As well as when you look at secular-wise, it's just based off a family, and it's just within them together. So, for example, in my family, it can be viewed as different within how other families celebrate it. For my family, people from different states come in, and it's like a big, giant family reunion where everybody just sits around together and we just all talk. Whereas Beth was describing to me earlier that in their family, it's mostly just specifically like their family, their close family, and then close friends. And they sit at a long table and they can like set everything towards the center, whereas we set a big table and we have multiple tables for everybody to sit around.
So yeah, like Ruby said, my family, we celebrate with big feasts, most notably We have a turkey, which is a very custom thing to see on Thanksgiving Day tables. Another custom thing to see are the sides, so mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, rolls, things like that are normally dishes that we do see on a Thanksgiving table. Again, everyone usually celebrates with family and friends. I typically celebrate with my close family, meaning my aunts and uncles, grandmas and grandpas, my cousins, and then obviously my core family. And we also tend to invite our close friends, especially if they don't have anywhere to go on Thanksgiving. We like to invite them so they have community for Thanksgiving. Another thing that my family and I like to do is we do like to volunteer either the week leading up to Thanksgiving or the day of Thanksgiving, whether that be at our local food pantry, handing out different items for to make a Thanksgiving meal, or handing out meals to the homeless. So that way the less fortunate are able to celebrate Thanksgiving just as my family and I are. And to an outside observer, these practices might seem really weird for us to all sit together around a big table and have a big feast. Most notably, our feasts, normally probably can feed up to like 50 to 60 people. Normally we end up with leftovers. But for them, that might be really odd that we're making food for 50 to 60 people, but we're only going to actually celebrate with 20 to 30 people. Another thing that's going to be weird is why are we celebrating it on one specific day? For their culture, they might celebrate it, they might have big family dinners every single day, or they might not have family dinners at all. So from an outside perspective, Thanksgiving can seem very weird for us to make a big celebration and then celebration just by eating with friends and family around this giant table.
So, adding on to what an outsider observer can see, so from different religions and cultures, religions often don't celebrate Thanksgiving as they see like the beginning of the history, so they don't think that it's something necessarily important. Whereas in cultures, it's not even really mentioned, or they don't see it as to like turkey being one of the main feasts or ham. They see it as a way often of just people just eating and uniting, where they often just do that on a daily basis.
So with that, that's all we have. Thanks for watching.